Hello and welcome. I'm doing a quick overview of the board game Fourth Dimension. It was released in the United States by TSR Games in 1979. It is a two-player game played on a small board. You win the game by capturing the Time Lord on each side, your opponent's Time Lord. Player turns consist of a single move, a beam down, and a time warp. These actions can be taken in any order. Movement is you get to move one piece, one space, in forward or sideways direction. So you could go this way or this way, but you cannot go diagonal. So you would move here, and then you could move here. You're on your next turn. A time warp action allows you to remove a piece and replace it with a time warp marker. So you can take this off, you put it right here on the one, and you put the time warp marker in, and then you place it there. A piece that moved this turn cannot also enter the time warp. On your next turn, you can choose to bring the piece back, which is a beam down event. I'll explain that in a second. If you choose not to, you move it over to number 2, and if after the turn after you've moved your piece to number 3, it does have to return. Now, if there's no place to return it to, it is removed and captured. So the beam down event, so on your next turn, after you've beamed it up, you could beam it down, and it can go 2 spaces from where you beamed it up. So it's just a way to kind of move and disguise to your opponent where you want to move that piece. If you beam up your Time Lord, though, which is this piece, and it's the last remaining piece, you just capture it and you lose the game. So how do we do capturing? You have to move your piece adjacent. So if you were here and on your turn moved here, you wouldn't. So you'd have to have, based on their size, which piece it is gets to capture. So in this case, Guardians can capture Rangers. Rangers can capture Warriors. Warriors capture the Time Lord to win the game, and the Time Lord can capture Guardians and Rangers. So it's based on the different pieces on what they can capture. It really works out that the bigger pieces can capture the smaller pieces, except the Warrior, the smallest piece, can capture the Time Lord. When you capture a piece, it is removed from play and is captured. And like I said, this is Fourth Dimension. It's kind of chess-like, with that added element of the movement is just one square. When you do capture a piece, like we did in this scenario, the piece doesn't move into the square, it just stays where it is. You can beam down to create a capturing event. You can actually move your pieces into a suicidal capturing scenario where you would move this piece here, and then that Ranger would capture the Warrior. As you can see, it's got the 1979 style box that caves in, and you got the nice 1979 artwork back there. You got the Lake Geneva, Wisconsin, TSR Games, and then you have the rule book, which is it's only 2 pages folded, and then on the back it's actually only 3 pages, because on the back is an advertisement for the Gen Con event that used to take place in Lake Geneva. So some nostalgia here, some old school gaming, pretty abstract. So there's your rundown of Fourth Dimension.